All right, so I get asked this question all the time, and I want to take some time to kind of give you my opinion on it. And I hope it doesn't offend anybody, but this is just my opinion, so take it for what it's worth. Number one thing people always ask me is, why should I be in social media? My answer to that is this. Facebook right now has 800 million users. That's one really good reason. Number two, LinkedIn right now, average income, or a lot of people on LinkedIn right now, $60,000 to $70,000 they're making a year. And a ton of people at $100,000 plus. Those are the kind of clients we all want and we're all seeking for to be able to sell our products to. Number three, word of mouth. Right now, we all know you used to be able to go out, tell somebody, and they could tell a few people. Today, they can tell thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in one post through their social media platform. And what's amazing about that is we don't know who they know in their social media platform. So a lot of my people go, well, yeah, but that person only has 500 people. I'm not worried about them as much. I want the people who have, 5,000 or 3,000 plus people, or I want a list this big. But you know what? There's people who have a list of maybe 50 to 100 people. Those people influence so many people that their lists are ginormous. They're just huge. So you can't you can't just say, oh, well, this person, they don't know this person, or, I'm going to write this person off. And I'm sure you've all heard in sales stories where people, this poor guy, looks like this poor guy walks in. And so I'm going to kind of tell you one of those really quick stories. I was in the furniture business, selling furniture. There was 4 of us on the floor at that point in time. And this gentleman walks through the door and everybody goes, dude, I don't want that up. And I'm sitting in the back going, are you kidding me? I don't care. I'll take this up. It's a totally cool guy. No big deal. So I went up there and he had paint. I mean, he had paint everywhere, all over him. He totally looked like a bum. Like it was crazy. He was so dirty. He walks in and he kind of just says hello to me and he goes, I really don't know what I want, but I've got to make some decisions right now. As you can tell, I'm a mess. I just came from Island Park. I've got a cattle truck out here right now, and I've got to basically furnish a whole entire cabin. So if you're up for the task, we got to get going, and I've got to be back in Island Park tonight. We've got a party in 2 days that we have to be ready for. I was like, are you kidding me? Well, needless to say, that guy spent $40,000 with me that day. We loaded the cattle truck to the brim and sent him back to Island Park. Now, moral of the story, you all know. A lot of people pass because of judgment. I'm here to tell you, don't, especially not in social media. You never know who's out there. That also being said, why was the question, why should I be in social media? Because people can spread the word for you. So now, when you start to get into social media, the other big mistake people make, well, there's a lot of them, but the other biggest mistake people make, so make note to yourself right now, is they do not plan. So they don't do any planning. They just get on the social media platforms and they just start posting. They start posting this, they start posting that, and all of a sudden they look at their staff or they look at themselves and say, well, where's everybody at? Don't do that to yourself. If you do not have a plan, you're going to fail. There's an adage that says, if you do not plan, you plan to fail, right? We all know that. Don't plan to fail in your social media strategy. It's just like anything else. Come up with some good strategies, some good ideas, and then start to put stuff in action. Also remember, when you start off with a page that's at 0, not everybody in the world is just going to come and like your page or all of a sudden tweet your next message or jump on your LinkedIn profile and say this is the greatest person on the planet. We all need to connect to this person. That doesn't happen. We're in the real world here. Remember, you've got to be consistent with what you do and you've got to keep at it. That's what makes the difference. The other thing that people do on social media, number 2, biggest mistake is they quit too soon. They just give up. They think, I'm not the popular kid, therefore I'm out. That's not the way to approach this game. It's like anything else. Consistency and what you're putting out there, content, will make all the difference in the world. So let's start to go through. I've got some action plans down here for you that I want you to really start to think about. So we already talked about planning. So the number one thing is to plan, okay? So bullet point number one, and I'm going to give you 5 action steps. Here's what I'm trying to do here. Number 2, you don't give up too soon. Put your plan together and make sure you have a stick to it, somebody that's going to be consistent with it and get it done type of person. Number 3, lead with value. When you start to put your plan together and you start to be consistent with your plan, make sure you're leading with value. And what I mean with that is that you've got currency to give people, which is your knowledge. If you're really in tune with your clients or with your customers, which I like to call them customers, not clients, but however you relate to them, remember that they're looking for certain answers that you've got the knowledge and the answers to that you can give them. Just like I'm trying to do for you right now. Like I know the questions that are running through your mind. So I'm trying to answer those questions right now. And that's a value to you, hopefully, to keep you watching the YouTube videos that I'm putting out there, subscribe to my channel, buy products that I put out, whatever it may be. So remember that, lead with value and currency. So think about the things that you might have that you give away, like a giveaway that might be enticing to X amount of people to do something for you. Or through knowledge, okay? So lead with value. I think we're on number 4. That was number 3. What do you want them to do? In your social media campaign, if you don't know what you want people to do, so for instance, I have people all the time in their posts just say, for instance, if I were talking to you, which I am, I would say, how's your day? And just sit there and wait. Well, if I don't tell you anything about me or I don't say anything about you, there's not very much engagement. So today I went and did this, 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 and this. And by the way, how was your day? I'd really like to know what's going on in your life. Instantly I'm asking for engagement or I'm asking them to do something. So try to make your post that way. And I'm being a little extreme. I'm sure a lot of you are doing really well, but you'd be really surprised at the clients. I get their stuff all the time and they say, hey, we did this today, and then leave it at that. Or, this is what's going on in our marketplace, but they don't ask for any engagement, and they wonder why they're not getting any responses back. So make sure that you don't do that to yourself. Make sure you know what you want them to do next. If you want them to watch this video and I want you to subscribe to it, but I don't ask you to do that, shame on me, right? Or if I want you to go to another page and fill out a form for me, and I don't tell you about that page or I don't show you an example of that page, shame on me. Or if I want you to come into my store or my location, but I don't give you a good reason to or a good invite, shame on me. So remember to go through and make sure you're putting your steps of what you want them to do. Number 5, what I find is the best social media thing you can do in your videos, video marketing, or in any of your website stuff that you're building is make sure that you start to understand your customers well enough that you can answer their questions through your content. So I hope that makes sense. So when you're putting your website or you're putting a video together, you already know most of the questions. Most of you, whatever industry you're in, you know the questions people are going to ask right out of the gate. Answer those so that people don't have to ask them. Like they already have the content that they're going through, and it's like, oh, bam, that answered that question. Bam, that answered that question. Make your content that way. So really make it to where you know your customer really, really well. And then the 5th thing would be build a blog. Make sure you have a place where whatever social media platform that you're using, you're sending them to that location. Because if Facebook doesn't exist any longer, or Twitter or LinkedIn or all these places, all of a sudden something happens to some of them, you want to be able to stay engaged with your customer or your client. And that means you need a place for them to go and to interact with you. So make sure that you're building a blog. And I call the blog my home. So if I'm out in the community, I'm at a restaurant or I'm somewhere else, those are social places, the way you want to look at Facebook, Twitter, all those. Those are those type of places. And when you're in those places, you talk one way, but when you're at home or if I invite you over to a barbecue, then I'm going to talk to you a lot different. So remember that. They're 2 different type of atmospheres and 2 different type of places, and treat them as such because it's really important that you do. That being said, I want to go through one thing really quick. I want to just kind of do a quick wrap up. So the number 1 thing is, who is your customer or who's your client? Okay, I really want you to understand that. You won't believe how many people really don't know who their client or their customer is. So figure that out. Most important thing you can possibly do. If I beg you to do one thing today, it's that. I want you to write a description of who your ideal client or customer is so that you can write your marketing around that plan or around that person. What social media platforms are they using? Very critical. I have a lot of people that think they need to be on everything, which I'm totally cool with. If you can manage everything, I'm all for it, and you bet you'll find certain people that are on everything. But that being said, I want to go for the heart of where your clients are at. And if you can figure that out and know what social platform that they're on, you will be so much more successful. So that's number 2. Number 3, where are they hanging out? We talked about that. So what social medias are they using? Like I just said, would be number 2. And then where are they hanging out? That's number 3. Number 4, what can you do? What can you give them to entice them to be part of your community or to get involved with them? Then number 4, that was number 4. Number 5, what do you want them to do next? So where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to, fill out, or what do you want them to buy, or so on and so forth? So that's number 5. And then, so I'm gonna kind of give you 5.5 because I think it's really important. What outgoing questions or what questions do you know that people are gonna ask? And I bring this up because a lot of people, if you just looked at your stats on your website, your frequently asked questions is always, I don't care what website you go to, one of your most frequented pages that there is out there. And so I want you to make sure that you're already answering those, because the more you answer them, the better off your client or customer is going to engage with you and be ready to do business with you, because they're going to feel like you understand what they're after, or you understand all the questions that they have in their mind right now. So hopefully this has been really helpful for you. I know it's a little more educational, not really, overly energetic, but I want to get a few things across to you when you're doing your YouTube marketing and when you're going out and putting your social media platforms together. Because, YouTube's just one portion of Facebook, LinkedIn, and all these things that you're out there trying to do. So if you like the content and you want to keep getting the videos, one way to do that is to subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, you'll get an email. You'll be able to get that kind of stuff. Another thing is, if you have a question for me, the quickest way to get an answer is put a comment below. Would love that. So those are the 2 things I'd ask you to do today. If you want to get more videos, once again, subscribe. If you have questions, please comment below, because then I know it's directly to this video versus one of my other videos out there. So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.